Hey, thanks for jumping in here and joining me on Quick Pod on Tech. My name is Jason Rule, and I want to talk to you about a couple quick stories that have come across our desk that are impacting our customers that I think may be of interest to you. Now, the first one is talking about LoRaWAN. LoRaWAN just announced that they have a 3-year roadmap, and that 3-year roadmap is designed to improve the LoRaWAN standard and make it more usable for businesses so they can depend on it as they look at long-term deployments. So the three main things that they're looking at doing is they're looking to implement a zero-touch standard, so it makes deploying and setting devices up a lot easier. They're looking for a standardized API as well, and a universal payload setup, making it easier to set up and configure applications and gateways for easy use across the platform. So exciting things there from the LoRaWAN Alliance. I'm hoping and really pulling for that stuff to become standard because it's a very important technology to our customers, and if we're able to deploy it in higher volumes, connecting sensors to the internet has huge value. The next one is AI is making telecom more expensive. Now stay with me here. So as AI starts to consume resources, it's making telecom more expensive because what it's happening downstream is that the manufacturers of the telecom equipment, like your Ericssons and your Nokias, are seeing the cost to develop the network connectivity strategy for 5G and the coming 6G getting more expensive because there's competition for the chips and the manufacturing. So when you have TSMC manufacturing chips for AI data centers, but then also manufacturing those same chips for the hardware or the networking hardware, you have an escalating cost. And we've all seen the cost of memory that is going in all these devices, and of course we're going to have higher iPhone prices when they come out and Galaxy prices when those phones launch in the fall. So AI is definitely impacting not just traditional industries like power and the overall semiconductor space, but they're really impacting mobile phones and the networks. So you're going to probably pay a little bit more for that. And the last one that I think is interesting around mobile is AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile on a very rare occasion have now partnered up. And they've partnered up specifically to have a better direct-to-cell offering for connecting in areas where terrestrial networks traditionally didn't work. And what they're doing is, well, I guess to back up, T-Mobile is the only carrier with a direct-to-cell offering through Starlink, and the other two use AST Global, or AST, I think it's AST Technologies. And AST, they do not have any operational direct-to-cell satellites in the sky. And coincidentally, in Canada, they are also the main provider for TELUS and Bell. Again, not having any satellites in the sky. And Rogers, just like T-Mobile, are the only up and running direct-to-cell services in North America. The problem, though, with direct-to-cell, and I think I said it before in a previous overview, is that direct-to-cell only goes up to the 58th parallel. So you can't use it in the Arctic, and it's not that functional in certain areas of the globe, but it covers the majority of where people are and they have the needs. So the partnership between AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile is interesting because now they're fortifying themselves to protect their spectrum and their deployment networks from if Starlink decides they want to launch a mobile service and start to require spectrum. So there's a little bit of spectrum hoarding that will prevent Starlink from jumping in and easily making themselves relevant in the environment. So anyways, that's the quick overview I wanted to share with you. And, thanks for jumping in here on Quick Pod on Tech. My name is Jason and hope you're having a good day. Peace.